Welcome back, everyone. It is Thursday, January 30th, and the NBA 4 plays on the way. If you are new, my name is Austin. As always, we begin with a recap of yesterday, and we cannot string together back-to-back winning days to save our lives. We went 2 and 3 yesterday. Our two winners, Daniel Gafford's over in points plus rebounds, split free. De'Aaron Fox's under in points, both easy winners. Let's talk about our losers. Day 3 of the ladder challenge. Obviously, you probably know how that lost. Nikola Jokic barely played in the first half because of foul trouble. Didn't honestly shoot until the fourth quarter. I don't know what the hell happened there, but whatever. Miles Turner, I added his under. I really like that play. He somehow gets 12 free throw attempts, but not only that, after I added the play about 5 hours later, right before tip off, two of their starters get announced out that weren't even really on the injury report. Tough. Steph Curry's under or over. Whatever. He had like 4 points in the first half. Ended up with 21. If you watch the end of the game, you know how that one ended. They didn't foul him. He was just running around the court. The Thunder, I swear they were trying to foul him. The refs were like, no, we're not going to call it. Whatever. It is what it is. We're going to move on. We have had some bad breaks in January. Just get me out of this month at this point. But either way, I got 4 picks today. I'm wearing the red polo, the lucky polo. If you know, you know. We need it to resurrect what has been not a great month for us bet in the NBA. Been very up and down. But more so down than up. But either way, we got 4 picks. Let's dive into the first one of the day. It is a guy that I think has a massive day. A lot of people are going to be on his teammate for good reason. I think it's his night tonight, and that's Paolo Banchero. I love his over 22.5 points, currently minus 115 on DraftKings. Now, a lot of people will be on Franz Wagner tonight, and I don't blame him. Franz has been really good for the Magic this season, and I don't hate his points line. But again, the Magic, let's be honest, they don't really have a lot of scorers. They have Banchero and they have Franz Wagner. Jalen Suggs should be playing tonight. But again, it's Banchero and Franz Wagner show. And I like Banchero a little bit more tonight. But again, you can back Franz if you want. Now, why am I backing Banchero? Well, let's start with the obvious. And that's he's coming off a bad game. He's coming off a really bad game against the Blazers. Now, let's touch on this a little bit more. Now, Banchero on the season only over in 6 of 14. Now, he's had some close misses. He's released games back from injury and a lot of blowouts had factored in here, 20, 22, and 21 points. Now, most recently, he's kind of been lifted off of that minutes rotation since probably around here in this Toronto game. Scored, obviously, this game against the Nuggets, terrible. 4 of 16, bounces back the next game, 26 points. The next game after that, the game against the Blazers, 1 of 14. Terrible. Then the next game, he bounced back 32. Last game against the Miami Heat, 7 of 21. He's probably one of the main reasons they lose that game in double OT. And now we get today's matchup against the Blazers once again. Now, obviously, he shot 1 for 14. Here's his shot chart. I don't know what the hell is going on. If you want to just see, this is basketball. You want to see a vision of how he was shooting 1 for 14. Here you go. A little hop into the game footage. Oh, we go baseline. They cut us off. Airball. Yeah, that's basically what he was doing all second half. But again, what I really like, though, in this matchup is the depth chart of the Blazers. Now, obviously, in that game, DeAndre Ayton was out. So you had Donovan Clingan and Robert Williams III, two really good rim protectors. Now you get Ayton in there, and I like this as a matchup for our boy Banchero to attack the hoop and hopefully make more than 1 of 14 shots. He missed his final 12 of that game. But again, look at how he scores his points. A pretty good matchup in terms of free throws. The Blazers pretty bad. Pick and roll ball handler, they're near the bottom of the pack. Transition, isolation. We just saw what Giannis did to him. All Banchero is different than Giannis. They obviously didn't try to stop Giannis, so they're going to let Banchero do his thing. And again, 40% of his points come in the restricted area, where the Blazers rank 26th. So again, I see this as a good spot for Banchero to be aggressive. Hopefully he's knocking down some shots tonight. He can't possibly play worse than he did against the Blazers the first time, and he did pretty much last game against the Miami Heat. I think he plays better tonight. I love his over in points. He can take Franz, but I think Banchero is the guy I'd rather trust. He's not on a minutes limit, whereas I could see Franz being limited around 30 minutes. He technically played 40 against the Miami Heat, but that was overtime. I don't see that being the case here tonight. So I like Paolo Banchero's over in points first play of the day. Second play is a guy that kind of aggravates me. I thought I had sworn him off, but I've given him one more chance to hopefully give us back our money. Ja Morant. Demetrius, what's his middle name? Something like that. Demetrius Morant. That's what we're going to call him today. I like his over 21.5 points. Now I take it at 22.5. Morant is an all or nothing guy. He's either getting you 25 points or he ain't doing anything for you. But I really like his over tonight, and I'll talk about why. Now, this line opened up at 19, 20.5. I'll still take it here. Like I said, he's all or nothing. You're getting great Morant or you're getting absolute disaster. And what has he treated the people to the last few games? The absolute disaster. Let's talk about it. Morant on the season, if you look at his last 30 games or 24 games on the season, only over 10 of 24, technically at 21 and a half. He's ended on 22 once, whatever. These two games, what are we doing? 11 points and 10 points. Absolute disaster class. Now, it resulted in their head coach coming on to in a press conference. Here's what he said. John Morant's recent play, working his way back. I think his intensity has been there every single game, but we got to get him going. We got to jumpstart him. And I know he and I have had great conversations. He's pushing all the right buttons offensively and defensively. I don't know about that, but either way, you know him. He's resilient. He bounces back pretty quick. I would expect him to have a great one tomorrow night. Now, who does he play tonight? That would be the Houston Rockets, who we've taken as over against Houston before because he's over in all three games 24, 27, and 29 points. Now, in these games, why does he play so well against Houston? Well, because we've talked about it. They rank 29th, the first pick and roll ball handler. They do not double team your number one guys. Hence why guards typically have pretty big games or at least high usage against them. While I do have a Men Thompson, I mean, heck, you're looking at by position. Look at all this green. A lot of guys going over their lines. Again, they're not going to double team him. So that's why you see his usage in this game. 24 points, 17 shots in 24 minutes. They lose by 20. This game, 22 shots, 27 points, 11 free throw attempts. Again, doesn't even shoot well in this game. 9 for 22. That's not good. This game, 11 for 24, a little bit better. But again, 29 points. He's shooting a ton, and that's all we can ask for from John Morant. So again, they're not going to double team him. He's going to be given one-on-one coverage the whole night. And given that the Grizzlies have lost all three of these games, the Rockets have won. Why are we switching up our defensive game plan for the Rockets? We're going to live with it. So again, you should see Morant hopefully get out to an early start. I consider his first quarter over, but I'd rather not do that. Instead, I'd rather just go full game because we know John Morant could score 8 points in the first half. Boom, third quarter, we're down 10. He could turn it on and score double digits in any single quarter. So again, this should be a great spot for great usage. They're really good against spot-up shooters. Hopefully, Morant can knock down some shots. So I really do like his over in points. My third play, we're going to go to a guy that I think has a pretty big game, but I think he's stuffing the stat sheet tonight, and that's Trae Young. I like him to record a double-double. I put yes there because some books have a yes or no. You could just take the over 0.5 double-doubles. You could take him 10-plus assists. Worth noting, Trae Young, I think, has 10 points in all but 2 games this season. There is a game out there where he had 19 assists and did not get the 10 points. If we lose because Trae Young doesn't get 10 points, then I'm moving on, and I'd be like, yeah, get me the heck out of January. But again, I really think it's a great spot for Trae Young. If we want to, we've talked about depth charts, and we'll talk with the Hawks depth chart here pretty quickly. Let's look at the Hawks. First, we need to pour one out to Jalen Johnson. He's not listed. He was a guy we had for most improved player of the year, one of our future tickets. He's out for the year. He's gone. Clint Capella's gone. That's honestly an injury that I don't love because he's a good assist guy, and that's obviously what we're banking on here with Trae Young double-double. We're not banking on Trae Young to get us 10 rebounds. It's because they turnovers. There's a chance he gets 10 turnovers. And then Bogdan Bogdanovic. What I do like about Bogdan is that he is another guard out there that can create shots. What I do like about Bogdan being out, he's out for personal reasons. This guy has sucked this year, shooting 37%, 30% from three. So again, he's not a guy that we're passing it to and having a lot of confidence the shots are going in. So again, we're looking at their backups. Vic Krejci is our backup point guard. Keaton Wallace, a lot of guys that really aren't going to handle the rock. So again, we look at Trae Young. You're not Trae Young. We go, where the heck's my Trae Young tab? Whatever. We'll figure it out on our own. Trae Young, if we look at his season, he's obviously not getting the rebounds. In terms of the assists, that's what we're really focused on. He's had some bad games in here where he's not getting the assists. I mean, 9 assists here, 9 assists here. But again, he's had some unlucky conversion rates. If you can see this game, 7 assists, 16 potential, 5 on 18. The next game, 6 on 16, 9 on 22, 4 on 19, and then 9 on 25. So again, he's the guy that's going to have the ball in his hands every single possession. Are the Cavaliers a great matchup? No, but they are on a back-to-back. You could look at, by position, guys, hitting their lines and whatnot. Most recently, the point guard they faced, only Cade at 7 assists, but he only had like 12 or 14 potential assists. Trae Young averages a lot more than that. And we look at Trae Young when he has Jalen Johnson out of the lineup. I mean, look at these numbers. We're talking about in this game against the Kings, 33 potential assists, 27 here, 18 here, 28, 29, 16, 18, 19, and 25 potential assists. So he's getting 18 plus potential assists in every single game. And then we go to his matchups against the Cavaliers this season. 22 assists here on 30 potential assists, and then 11 on 17 here. So he's again played pretty well. Jalen Johnson active in both of those two games. So I look more at when he plays without Jalen Johnson. He's been absolutely crushing this line. Also, when Trae has played, let's just say he gets, around 18 potential assists, because that's about what he's averaged at least without Jalen Johnson, or with Jalen Johnson, whatever, 24, 30 games. And then if you want to say, oh, well, he's facing a tough matchup, fine. We'll go to top 15 teams in assists allowed. Still over in 10 of 13 games, and he's missing on some 7 of 21, 9 of 22, and 9 of 25. My point here being Trae Young is their only ball handler. He's going to be dishing it. Now, the Cavs are on a back-to-back. Will their defense be as locked in as normal? I don't know. Will they play all their starters? Evan Mobley? Will Jared Allen play? I don't know. What I do know is Trae Young will have the ball in his hands nearly every single possession, and he will dictate pretty much most of the possessions how they go. Now, if he goes nuclear scoring, cool, whatever. We'll live with it. But again, he has had good track record against this team before. A double-double, at least 10 assists in 5 of his last 6 versus the Cavs. That included a lot of games with DeJounte Murray. Again, I think he gets a double-double for us tonight. So I'll roll with him. I do like the double-double. Trae Young, go get it for us. If you get 10 rebounds, I'll record tomorrow shirtless. There you go. That's how he gets the double-double. And the final play of the day, I probably won't add any plays day one of the ladder challenge. We're running it back. Now I get it. People clown me. They say, yeah, he's on day one every single day. Whatever, it is what it is. I don't really do as many ladder challenges as some people out there think. But again, if we go back to our recap slide, you'd see if you played every single ladder, 18 and 13 on the NBA this season. Is that great? No, but they're all about plus 100, plus 4.86 units. So they've been a good moneymaker for us. 18 of 13. Someone do me that math off the top of their head. 18. No, that's 58%. So if I told you, hey, I know someone that's cashing at 58%, they're all plus 100 or better plays. It's pretty good. Again, we're trying to hit 10 in a row, which is tough. If you don't want to do the rollover, you don't have to play them all for 1 unit and move on with your life. But again, we'll have it returning later on today. I am committed for the next, at least until the end of February, to at least try the ladder consistently. There might be a time early on when I'm in San Francisco next weekend, or starting on Monday, just do Wednesday, that maybe we don't do a ladder then. But again, I'm pretty committed to at least giving it a shot through most of February, see if we can get a good climb up to day 6 or something like that, and then into March. Hey, today we might have some alt unders, though. We'll talk about that right now. We'll talk about these other games finally, and then we'll get on out of here. But again, that will be live later on today. Probably not until like 3 or 4 p.m. Eastern time. Stay tuned for that. Let's finally wrap up talking about the other games. Where my head is at for the ladder. If you're stayed this long, do me a favor, drop a like button. Hit that like button. Lakers, Wizards. We know Anthony Davis is out here. Lakers, can I be honest? Full screen me. The Lakers without Anthony Davis are terrible. Their defense is terrible. Jackson Hayes on defense. It ain't defense. He's just hacking. I don't know what we're going to do here. Normally, I like to go to LeBron for 18 points. That ain't possible. His line's 27.5. Not sure I want to count on the King for 20, although he's been pretty consistent getting to 20 recently, and it is, the Wizards. What did he do against the Wizards? 21. This was that game. AD. Didn't AD go nuclear there? I don't know. Reeves at 20.5. Pretty sure he had a decent game against the Wizards. He scored 16, but went 4 of 15. We'll see. I don't see the Lakers blowing them out. I don't think the Lakers literally can blow out any team. We'll see. We might include them in the ladder. We'll figure that out. Minnesota, Utah. I can't really do anything with the ladder here because Utah's like their whole team on injury reports, and I would rather an alt under there. I'm probably avoiding this game. Yeah, no, count me out. I'm not doing it. And then I've already talked about the other games. We'll see. Maybe we go here. I also sneakily, I think this is a good Amen Thompson game. I know everyone was on his overs last game after he went nuclear against the Celtics. He did nothing there. Actually, a pick I like is his over in first quarter points. I want to say most books are at 4.5. He's been pretty good at hitting that. Looking at games where he struggles out the gate, isn't very aggressive, typically more aggressive. Also, we think about this game, very fast pace. So Amen Thompson probably makes my ladder. I really like his over tonight. I go back to points. Coming off a dud game, normally bounces back. Grizzlies only 10 points here. But 19 here. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if I really want to trust Amen Thompson, though. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But either way, appreciate you guys for tuning in as always. Our 3 picks of the day, I'll recap them real quick. Banchero, over 22.5 points. John Morant, over 21.5. I take it at 22.5 as well. Trae Young, double-double. So we need 10 points probably and 10 assists. Or gets 10 rebounds. We'll take our shirt off tomorrow and day 1 of the ladder challenge. So stay tuned for the ladder. It'll be live later on today. I appreciate you guys as always for tuning in. It's Austin. I'm signing out. Let's hope for some guys to knock down some shots for us tonight. Unless they're in the ladder as an alt under, then we root for them to miss every single shot known to man. Appreciate you guys as always. It's Austin signing out. See you in the next one. Peace.